Hello everybody, welcome to the MCN for Friday. We're going to get right into the thick of it and talk about Deathless Vision. Do you have him yet? I think you can get him now. You know, this geezer right here. Yeah, I'm pretty certain you can pick him up. Not six, well, you can pick up the 7-star version. I'm just there. You go. The 7-star version's there. I'm pretty certain you can pick him up, especially if you've done the Vibranium push and also if you've done the Alliance War Showcase. I'm pretty certain people actually have him at this moment in time, probably playing around with him. I'm still a little bit ways away. I'm still working my way through Battlegrounds. Fingers crossed I actually get there in time. Otherwise, it's going to cost me 5,000 units. But I've got a stag do Saturday and some other stuff. So, yeah, it's a pretty busy time for me. But I will try as much as possible to get there. It doesn't mean too bad getting there, but I need to get that geezer. Next up, an in-game performance. Something that's been a bit of an issue for a lot of players is in-game performance. Definitely seen people like talking about iPad Pro. I'm getting dropped inputs. AI is not too bad, to be honest, but it's just the dropped inputs and lag. That swirly whirly on that right-hand side, which is normally there, is killer. I know Kabam say the way that the game functions is it's meant to go local at a certain point, but there seems to be a lot of lag. Performance issues are plenty. And with the state of like what happened with that reparry incident when we got the new update come through, it isn't exactly great, is it? Hopefully Kabam can pull it together, but I've definitely seen some iPad Pro related stuff that people are, having some issues with, but also increased load time. One thing I just want to say is that shout out to Dorky Diggity Dave, Kabam Dork, our community manager, just for the communication. It's really good to see that the Discord's being utilized. He's being active to kind of like just relay information as to what's going on, investigate things as well, which is good. Proactivity, being proactive. So I don't think it's even a proper word. Being proactive, which I think is it's good. Starts off great, platform to kind of keep going with it. He said we're seeing reports and experiencing longer than usual wait times in various modes. We're currently investigating and will give more information when available. So maybe some more. I think the hot fix has already gone in for the game, which we did talk about earlier. Wednesday, I think, in the MCN for that one. I'm just going to check the whilst we're here, this store, just to see if like the App Store has got an update. The answer is no. So what I can imagine Kabam did was this was within the build. As a lot of you know, Kabam will do. They put the regular build out, but there's things that they can do that will update it that they don't need you to re-download anything in particular. It's when something's really big and problematic that you might have to download a hotfix for that. So if there's any more issues, we'll let you know. Now on to Murderworld Incursions. Something that I completely missed is this post right here. This apparently was on the 12th of June, which I think is actually, it's not. And this was edited from the last one, edited on July 5th. But the thing is, I didn't know about this one. This basically updates everything that was the previous Saga, which I think was the Ex-Magica Saga one. Anyway, a lot of details here on updates as to like what Kabam did, what they added in when it comes to Defender buff updates, which is going to be important for a lot of players. If you are interested, I'll leave a link in the description, especially because Biohazard Caltrops is there. I was debatable with Caltrops and why that's in there. Bane, yeah. There's some nodes which I just don't know why it's in there. It's very much I don't know if it's meant to be just frustration in any case, but yeah. Spectre, Special Burst. At least they've got rid of that. What was it? The one where it punished you if you had multiple classes of one particular champion type. So it was like if you had 3 skills, then you'd be punished with a certain amount of damage, I think, or you'd be punished in general. Glad they got rid of that. Beat the Buzzer's annoying. Anyway, I'm yet to do Incursions. I'm hoping to get some time over the weekend. I doubt it though, but it'll have to be something in for next week when I can just enjoy the mode a little bit more. A few Defender buff removals. Aegis. I think this might be from last time, it looks very much like the same, so I don't want to kind of like repeat myself. And as well, some of these removals look like, well, before. A lot of difficult and annoying champions have been removed, including Maestro, the Serpent. I think there are some, this has been definitely updated. Teenage Warhead, Kindred. Yes, I think a lot of unfair ones have been removed. Did Bullseye? I thought so. Yeah, Bullseye's been removed from an arcade, so that's fair play. Well done to Kabam for removing stuff. There are some champions in the list that may come as a shock to you, but the new characters such as have opted to play It's Safe and bench her. Gotcha, so that's the reason they've gone. Cersei, okay. And tweaking the Saga sector, performance of the previous Saga did hit the goals we were aiming for. However, we recognise some of the issues regarding the length of time it takes to get through these zones, which of course is the reason it's been nerfed down a bit with the amount of zones, which is great. Which of course has gone down to zone 15. Zone 15 will end at the tuning that zone 19 of the sector 6. In a nutshell, it'll get more difficult, but you have to do it less times. That's something. And theme zones, of course, we talked about. Anyway. Jumping around, because we've got to jump around a little bit, there's problems with incursions. And people have lost Magnetron crystals as a result. Obviously, many people have gone, hey, we got crashing, no rewards, and stuff like that. Kabam have said they're going to deal with it, and as it said here, that we identified an issue with incursions where players were either not receiving rewards or received incorrect rewards upon completion of certain zones. We've deployed a fix, and prizes are being awarded correctly for future runs. Please see below the details affected. Sectors 1 to 5 did not have the issues. Sector 6, you received the rewards from Sector 7. Hey, great if you did Sector 6. Sector 7, you received nothing. So there could be some people out there that got some extra stuff. Now, if you received the rewards from Sector 7 by playing Sector 6 while issue was present, then playing Sector 7 will not allow you to receive those rewards again post-fix. Good if you did Sector 6, you got an easiest thing to do. This issue will not fix itself upon disconnect and reconnect. The team is working on compensation for this issue and will give you more details soon. So that's good for those that may have done all of it, but not been given out the correct amount of Magnetron crystals or items that they are solely deserving. Now, before we end the show on arena predictions, sorry, not results, arena predictions, this is an interesting topic. A player said this a little while ago, or I don't know who said this. It said, out of 87 million downloads, MCC has only 1.3 million players active. How bad is that? Saying that a number of summoners that claim the death buttons are 1.3 mil. So that was back in 2017 with an event where you got a big button. That's basically as part of an event. I want to say it was like a rocket-based event. Something to also point out is people could have multiple accounts in 2017, so it may be like, well, if people have old accounts, then it may be like a fraction off that. Maybe it's close to about a mil back in 2017. And is that something back then that was kind of like scary? From a gaming sense, people would go yes, but in all actuality, no. Gaming is a very difficult place now than it ever was, and nowadays there are some good number of followers and people actually kind of like still playing the game. So it's always cool when people get together and kind of like say, oh, is the game living, is it dying, blah 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 blah, all that stuff. Something only dies when you say it dies. Other than that, keep it going. Let's just keep it going until the point they shut off servers. Although King Arthur doesn't look too great in a healthy state, however, that's not our problem. We're focused on MCOC. Thousands, I'm guessing. Now, there seems to be hundreds of thousands in activity. If you look by the current, I mean, I don't know if this is something that really pinpoints the extent of activity. I don't know if how 100% true this is. You know, is it 300,000 active players or downloads? People re-download the game. Is that people re-downloading the update? Is that, because that's something as well to bear in mind, that could be that. But there could be another like reason. That could be fresh downloads. It could not be. It's always interesting you look at other things like where other games fall in it. King Arthur's down at 5,000. There's another one there that says 5,000. Marvel Realm of Champions 5,000. I don't know if that's correct. So I take this a little bit of a grain of salt, but it's saying here like what is it? Sensory? Is it Sensory Tower? Sensor Tower that does monitor some stuff. 200,000 on iOS. 500,000 total. It could be. Now there's an interesting dissection right here from DNA 3000. He said it's definitely a lot more than 250k players because that's how many people show up in Battlegrounds leaderboards, and Battlegrounds does not have 100% participation, and Battlegrounds cannot include players below uncollected. Something to point out again, I'm pointing out a lot of stuff, is that Kabam joined that new, is it Fixion type thing? So again, we could have like a low, I think is it Fixion or Flexion or whatever it is, or that whoever they aligned with. So the game has gone out on different platforms that may not be like covered by analytics from, I don't know, Samsung store or the other one in South Korea or the, I think, other sites, weird sites, various different sites. Aptoid or I can't remember what it was. They tried to do a sponsor thing with me and I haven't really gone back with it. Anyway, whatever. The point is, if you can summarize, theorize and stuff, then there's a lot of logic to indicate that the actual number of active players could be, and I do agree with DNA 3000 this one, anything between 600 and 700,000 players in the game. But we could have more. We could have a little bit less. And it does fluctuate because a lot of people come back more towards December. So is that always a gauge? Could you do an average? Maybe. Anyway, what do you think? Are we getting, have we got like a lot of players playing this game or do we not? Anyway, let's end the show on arena predictions for Captain America, Infinity War and Bullseye. So I'm going to go with 28 mil for Bullseye, 6-star in the basic arena, 50 mil for the 5-star in the basic arena. Cap Infinity War, go with 6-star, 50 mil, and the 5-star 25 mil. The Bullseye one will be a tricky one, and that's mainly down to like how popular it will be for players. He could go a lot less. He could be like down at like 24, 25. But I think that with players' interest and him being a decent defender, there might be a lot of people that are interested in the 6-star that haven't pulled him yet. In any case, that has been the news for today. Check out some other content. I'll see you all soon. Bye.